What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video we will be going over how to install a rear seat delete kit on the S550 platform. I will be installing the SpeedForm kit that I have for the GT350 here today. This will work on an EcoBoost, on a GT, any kind of S550 should be the exact same kit. So thank you SpeedForm for sending me this product. Thank you AmericanMuscle. This is how I received this part, free of charge. I just want to make this a disclaimer here, but I will still be going over how to install it, what I may like, may not like, and I'll just show you how it looks at the end. So stay tuned for that. If you're interested in this kind of videos, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the installation. We already have removed the passenger seat. That just allows for better access to the rear seats. And what we have to do now is, apparently you got to pull on these on the bottom here. Very easy. Oh, there you go. And we'll do this on the other side, and then that cushion right here should just remove the whole bench, and then we can get to some of the bolts. We can take the upper part out here. Should be fairly easy, and yeah, I'll show you what we'll be doing. Super easy. This whole thing just removes. Huh. So as I mentioned, this just comes out. This is fairly light, so I can do this with one hand. All right, let's put this aside. Next up, we will have to remove these nuts right here. There's one over there and one over here. Then we should be able to bring the backrest down, get to this bolt right here, and I think it's a 15. We will see in a second, but it should be super easy to remove, and I'll obviously show what's next. And I was right, it is a 15. Comes up fairly easy. And then the other side. And then all you'll have to do is pull on the side here, and on this side, and it's always smart if you leave your tools right underneath there, but with two hands you can actually get it off. Now it's super loose. Fairly long bolt here, and now these should just individually come out, so that should be easy. And this is what it will look like right after. Now this comes to an individual question whether you want to leave these in. They could rattle, obviously, because they're hitting plastic on metal, so I will remove these because I don't plan on, putting the seats back in right now. So until then, I'll just take them out. You can always put them back in. So there's also no electrical connection, as you can see on this model year. I think in the newer model years of the GT, they eventually started adding an electrical connection. I'm not sure if that's going to throw off your airbag lights, because I don't think there's any airbags. But yeah, if someone were to sit down, maybe it would. If you do care to remove these, Ford of course had to do something different and had to put some 13 millimeter screws instead of 15, so you'll need a 13 for that one. All right, and what you will want to do is eventually put something like this tape right here so it's waterproof, or put a plug, or what I will be doing, the easiest way, put the bolt back in here and eventually just make sure it's waterproof. Just one tip, if you put the factory bolts back in, make sure you take those washers off, because otherwise they'll start rattling, because these holes are not, well, the thread is not deep enough for the bolt to go all the way in, because obviously you don't have anything to counter anymore. So just bolt them in, but take these off or you will have quite the rattle. Thank you so much for sending me this product, AmericanMuscle. This is fully sponsored. I don't pay for this product. Basically my payment is just showing you guys how to install this and making some posts about it. So thank you very much for keeping this up. Thank you, AmericanMuscle. But this is what you get in the box. You have one bigger plate here. You have two individual, probably the side pieces for the rear. Then you get some extra felt. I assume this will be if you have any sort of gaps where you can see the body, that you can cover that. And you get some installation hardware right here and a couple brackets. So this looks very, very nice to me. I really like that we get some good hardware, and now I just got to go check out their website for the installation instructions, because I don't think there's too much out there, but I will link this down in the description. There's a very, very good instruction here from Schrader, and yeah, so we'll see how difficult or easy this is. But without further ado, let's jump in the car and install this piece. Thank you for your help. Thank you so much. All right, next up we'll have to pop out these top pieces right here. They should just come out, and then you should be able to pull on the trim and just release that, so that we can get access to the seat belt. This is not a must, but if you want the clean look and you don't want to have a seat belt just dangling around, you want to pull this out. All right, and now you will want to pull back that trim piece right here, and there was one bolt right here, one up there, one up there, and this was a bitch to get out. So this was where the seat belt for the rear seats actually attached, and what I did was, you know, loosen all these 3 screws, and then you can pull it out. But in order to pull it out, you will want to there's a pokey-yoke feature, so there's like a little tap that goes into the body here, and it was so difficult to get this out. So I removed the clip right here and pulled this back, but it was quite difficult. So take your time with this, don't get frustrated. I did. So now I'm getting to the other side, and as you can see here, the seat belt is still fully attached. You will want to take these screws out and then pull it out, and then obviously you still have that bolt down here for the seat belt lower end to attach. And yeah, pretty straightforward. Just take your time with this because it's not super easy. All right, next up you will want to, and I already did this, cut the plastic on the seat belts, and by doing that you can release this plastic piece from the seat belt without really noticing it once it's back in the car. But we'll want to reinstall these so it looks all right and you don't have a gap or a hole there. So just cut this. All right, and next up is removing these brackets right here. There's 2. Already took this side out, but you'll need a T40 Torx. And yeah, then as the next step you will want to place, oh no, well, you can see this, there's 2 foam pieces that come with the set as I showed you, and they go pretty much about this position because this will not be covered by the rear seat delete. So you'll want to place these right there on both sides, and I'll show you later how it will look, but this will basically just cover the body with this felt. All right, and next up, I don't know how well you can see it, you want to take a box cutter and cut out this hole on both sides so that it is exposed. This shows a little bit better because this is a white vehicle. So just cut out so that this hole is free and you can use it for the fixation there. and at this point you can reinstall the trim pieces all the way up in here. And as you can see right down here, this is where the felt is. Other side, this is where the felt is. This wiring harness, they're talking about letting loose so you can have it hang further down. I thought I might use it so it stays on there, but I guess probably we'll see that. So I'm just gonna put that somewhere down here. The felt is gonna make sure it's not gonna rattle, and hopefully this should cover that body spot right there. All right, and now we get to the fun part. We actually install the rear seat delete. You will want to get this centerpiece right here. I don't think there's a wrong or right way around, but you will want to put this pin right in here, and there's another fat pin that has some tape around it. We'll want to put this into this side. And now we will be putting in these support brackets. One of the holes will line up with the stud that's right here, and then the other one you will line up with this bolt position right here. You'll use the supplied bolt with the washer. It's a 17, and you know, just fix that bracket. For the next step, you will want to get both base panels and get those shiny little pins. I guess they give you 2 extras, but use those 4 pins and put them into the pre-drilled holes. Like there's one right here, put them through there, and then obviously into that base plate, and I'll show you how this will look like afterwards. Okay, this will be the finished product. You have those 4 in there, and you might have to pull up on the carpet a little bit because the carpet kind of likes to sit, and then you'll get these ugly holes right here, which I might put some more felt in there in case someone sees it, but it's just a cheap carpet from the Mustang. You can't really do much about that. So it's very interesting to tell you this afterwards, but there's a little stud that is from factory, and that could keep this in place, and you can slide this in there. So you kind of want to bend this and put it behind this plastic stud for some extra fixation in vehicle forward, I guess. But it's not super easy. But once you get it over, I think that's it. It sits better. So you will want to do this to improve the stability here. Alright, and as it is getting very dark outside, I hope you can still see this. Let me pull up my phone so we have some light. But now we put the back panel in, and we'll use the 2 other studs, so not that 2 extra that I was mentioning. Use these 2 to fix this into the holes that we just cut out, and then we're done. And you can see right down here, this is covered from the felt that we put in there. There's these little holes that will stay there on both sides, but yeah, other than that, I think we're pretty set. I'm definitely checking that every part is all fully set up, and we'll also have to reassemble those covers from the seat belts. But other than that, it looks fairly good, and I'll show you in daylight what the final product looks like. What's going on, guys? It is a couple days later, but as promised, I have finished the install, and I just want to show you how that rear seat delete looks. So without further ado, let's go check out the car. It is filthy as it could be from the outside, but as you can see, we have the rear seat delete in here now. Hopefully with this lighting you can see a little bit more, but you can tell the main carpet, unfortunately, it's not very well supported, but this seats pretty well. I have those 4 clips here and those 2 up here. There's a little bit of a gap here, so I might have to readjust the side panels here, but other than that, I am very happy with how the fitment is and just how it looks. Obviously it's a lot lighter than the seats coming from factory, but let me just readjust my seat here. and show you what it looks like with the seats back. All right, and this is what we're looking at. Definitely really enjoy the look of this. Gives the car a very sporty look, and I'm planning on eventually putting a dog back there so my dog can jump in there and he has a little bit more space than with the regular seats. And that is it for today's video. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, put a comment in the comment section below. If you got any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. So far, I really like this rear seat delete, but I yet have to drive with it, see if any rattles come up, if there's anything that I don't like. There is definitely different kind of rear seat deletes. This is a rather minimalistic one, but it's also saving the most weight, so I really like that about it. I don't plan on putting anybody or heavy luggage back there, but yeah, let me know what you guys think, and until then, stay loud.